Hi guys, this is RoseMcconnell with Pertaining to Rose. I have Toni Paulvir here today, and we have a very interesting topic today. Today we're going to talk about prolotherapy, what it does, what it is, and what you can do to help yourself. We're always about helping ourselves get better. So, big question, Toni. That's Toni with an I, by the way. And she planted all these beautiful flowers back here. You see them? Aren't they gorgeous? I just love them. Uh,
It's just Toni Paulvir, though. It's not Toni Paulvir.
oh, well, I have it in my phone one way. So, oh, that's good. I'm glad you told me that. You probably told me that before.
No, I don't think I did. I just never heard you say it.
So, we're talking today about Prolo therapy. So, that's Prolo is Prolo therapy. And this has to do with where you have different issues in your body, like pains.
My particular one was they were talking. I've been getting steroids in my hip, and they wanted to actually give me a hip replacement, and I didn't want a hip replacement, and so I'm trying to make a long story kind of short, but they told me that there was another way called the prolotherapy, and so it's a regenerative therapy. Instead of cutting something out or giving medication
or a degenerative
you're getting down
therapy
to the cause of it, and you're working on the cause of why I have osteoarthritis in my hip. And it was mostly because of scar tissue in my one leg, which caused a lot of it. So they had to use the prolotherapy to break up the scar tissue, because it's all about your lymph is your detox system of your body. And if your lymph system is clogged or something, it causes inflammation, and inflammation causes disease. So the prolotherapy, it does a lot of different things. We were reading that it even does things for autism and dementia. And there's all different kinds, and I don't know all that much about it.
I think some of the stuff I saw on it, it's good for lupus and fibromyalgia. If I said that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. Multiple sclerosis, things like that. Different types of knee pain, back
knee
pain,
problem. It's
neck
done
pain.
For everything. And if you want to research it online, I would use the server DuckDuckGo. So you go into your Google and put in DuckDuckGo and go into that server, because there's much more accurate information.
I'm glad you told me that.
Our society does not like holistic medicine to cure yourself naturally, because then you wouldn't have a lifelong cash cow,
Right.
So I'm very much into that, and it's been a long journey, and it is difficult. Because it's not an instant fix, and it doesn't always really go the way you think it's gonna go. It's like, you want it to just be over yesterday. You just want to feel better yesterday,
Okay, so let's say I want to have something fixed. Okay, let's say I'm having horrible hip pain, and the doctor, maybe an old accident, whatever, doctor's suggesting a hip replacement. How do they take care of that, and what do they do?
Take care of what?
The prolotherapy. Is it like an injection, and what?
Well, it's kind of like I like to call it incipient. And there's different things that they use there's just so many different kinds. But the one I'm going to have, they're putting in, it's called Geravital H3. And that's like a one prolotherapy type process that they really like. And I decided that I was going to try that first, because it's actually much cheaper than doing like stem cells and platelet rich plasma.
Mm-hmm.
So, But then they have really good loans. Like I was thinking I might still do stem cell. And they said there's something called Medicare, or there's a credit for just medical procedures.
Okay.
And my sister was telling me, or my daughter was telling me, she does loans and stuff and she said that if you can't pay it or something, they don't really make a big deal about it, apparently, so I didn't know if I could, felt better, I could go to work and pay for it, but, some people have money too for that kind of stuff. It is expensive though for people that don't have a lot of money,
Exactly.
But,
now I
if
apologize.
there's a way, if there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
This like her, she's saying, "Oh, that is so much cheaper than whatever." It's like
It really is, yeah.
Well, then don't. I mean, I told her. I said I've had to spend so much money on my health, and I was like her. I didn't. Who wants to spend money on their health, But
right. I have to apologize. I'm holding my phone by my hands, and they're shaking, like tremendously shaking right now. So if you can see it,
that's my tripod.
She was gonna help me out today. So if you see me shaking, it's just because I'm holding my phone up. I don't have my tripod with me.
Well, why don't we were gonna make a short one, kind of, didn't we?
Yeah, we were. So now what I saw so far on this prolotherapy, that there's different type of things that can be injected into you, and human growth hormone was one.
See, I don't know what all that is. But like she was researching it today,
Right.
So I can't elaborate on that because I knew there were different things that they used for the prolotherapy,
Right.
And it sounded like they've been gathering statistics and everything. I guess dextrose was the place I go. Used to put dextrose, and I guess that's really common. And but they don't do that anymore. And then, the stem cell, they take the stem cells out of your thigh bone.
Out of your femur, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that I got the loan for to do, it was like $5,000 for 2 hips, which is really good.
Yeah, that's
But I
a good
think
price.
it's only because of this area. And plus they do a lot of, oh, I thought I saw somebody over there.
They're sneaking up on us now. They want to know what's going on over here. They really do. I don't think anybody's
So
back there.
anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of information already. I think if you're interested, you could, research it yourself.
yeah, you have to research and you have to find a practitioner that does it. So going online, and we did find one in Columbus,
Well, you know
Ohio.
Well, I was doing,
And of course, you're
they're
in
all
Toledo.
over. Prolotherapy is very, in fact, I don't know, ProMedica is a big chain for, allopathic medicine, which is, surgery and drugs. But they have prolotherapy, but their insurance don't, ProMedica insurance, well, the insurance can't be used there. So theirs was like $12,000.
Right.
Yeah. But they had a different procedure too. Theirs was more, they had pretty high tech. The stem cell guy had an ultrasound. They poke an ultrasound at you, and then they know where to put the substance that they're putting in there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And when they did I had a scar that was 4 inches deep and 14 inches long. And they worked on that scar a lot. And when they had to go that deep and put the incipient in there with I think they called it GABA, which is, I think, the Gervidol, H3.
Mm-hmm.
That might mean I was sore for a long, long time, because it takes a while to heal it. Because it changes your whole cellular thing in there. Because right now, the lymph is all blocked, and that's why there's swelling, and so they're trying to unblock it by making apparently the scar tissue would make the flow go the opposite way.
Oh, okay.
And so they're dissolving it. It's almost like they're dissolving the scar tissue, and everyone has some scar tissue.
Right.
Especially
yeah.
like people that get their knees hurt, or they fall, or sports injuries, that kind of thing. It's really,
And it's good for your ligaments and your tendons
it's
if
nice
they
to
get
know
stretched
there's
out.
another option besides a hip replacement
Or
and a knee
cortisone.
no, the steroids. I did steroids in my hips for years,
Wow.
and then now I haven't because it degenerates
Right.
your tissue rather than regenerates it.
Exactly.
So
That's really interesting. So, when you go in, how many shots do you get your first time?
well, everybody of course is unique, and the probably the practitioner is always unique,
Right?
and I don't like looking at needles, so I don't even watch. And they
Me neither.
they what they did for my first one, they put a vibrational thing like near where they were injecting it,
Right.
and they have like points that because the whole class was there, and they put their certain points on my head to, and some doctors use a lot of numbing pain.
Okay.
I think some do.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually they put a little numbing in mine too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of it, but you're in for a surprise when that numbing gets done.
So, how long do you think you felt it took to heal from that shot? Because you had one in your thigh, right?
The shot works for 18 months.
Okay, so how long did it feel that the pain and stuff went away?
Well, it's still, like my inner thigh, my thigh still, I mean, it's so, there's no rhyme or reason, and there's none of it makes any sense. Because you could, like, go and smell a dryer sheet and cook it off, and that, because a big thing that I did was take out mercury in my mouth. After I took that out, I was much improved. But it's like if you have a chronic problem that's pain related, it's like I'm like the kind of person is I'm getting rid of this pain,
right, right,
whatever
yeah.
it takes. And it's been difficult. It's a long, and I'm just I just wanted to. I told her, I said if she wanted to do a video, I said, well, the Prolo therapy is pretty cool because a lot of people don't know about it, and they don't ever. If I wouldn't have stumbled onto
I never heard of it.
I know. If I wouldn't have stumbled into this place, it was because I remember my back got hurt and it wouldn't go away, and I went in there, but then of course the back went down into the hips, and it's like
right.
Just so it's always fun getting old. Take care of yourself now. I tell all my young friends like her, but she don't listen.
She's not that much older
Yes,
than me.
I am.
No, you're not.
How old are you? 55.
I'm 55. I'll be 56 this year. But don't
And
tell
I'll
them
be
that.
66.
They only know that I'm 34 and is remaining 34 for the rest of my life. So make sure if you see this video, like, comment the number 34. Ha ha. And make sure you share this video. And subscribe if you haven't yet. See, this is pertaining to Rose. So definitely want to do that. So how many sessions do you go back for these shots?
It's individual.
Yeah, so it just
You never
depends.
even
Some
know.
people
You
go
don't
back for
even
2 or
know.
3. Some people go back for more.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Some people notice I guess where I go, the practitioner that works on me, he said that they'll just come in and get some shots and take off and go to work that day. Because I mean, it's after you're, when you start feeling, I guess, like if you start having hip pain or whatever,
Right.
and you stop it, like that's after it's all, you're pretty functional and you're mobile.
Right.
And you're doing everything you need to do, and then you start getting it. I guess some people just go in and get it a little tweaked a little bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's...
So it's a whole science in itself, or a whole practice
right.
of itself. It's huge, and that's why I just, gave you my information of my...
Well, I'm so happy you enlightened us because I have never heard of this before.
No.
And I just had to find out more. If you're like me, you like to find out what everybody's doing. You gotta know. So I am interested in that, and I have some things that I've been looking up on it. And if you're interested, it is for anybody with digestive problems, stomach problems, dementia, autism, or not, was it autism? What was the other one?
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, that's what it was.
And you gotta find a good practitioner too. What was that one? Hauser, Dr.
Yeah,
Hauser.
Dr.
Sounded like
Hauser.
he really.
And that was the one in Florida, Fort Myers.
Was he in Florida?
I can't remember.
But I mean, I'm sure people go from all over the world to see him and stuff. But
you
there's
can
also
find
good-
him on YouTube. He has a bunch of YouTube videos, and it describes everything it does and the vagus nerve. And I kind of researched a little bit of it because I never heard of this term
probably
before.
Depends on what kind of problem you have. If you have kind of a common problem, like they had to operate on my knee, or I have a knee it's something common.
Right.
Not real complicated, but some people come in there when their whole body is smashed. And
Oh, yeah. The one video I watched, the woman was hit by a semi.
And then they put him to sleep and did all parts of his body. I mean, it's huge. It's not something you can know about in one
Oh, yeah.
talk.
It's definitely got to research. You definitely got to research.
But DuckDuckGo, don't go to Google.
Yeah, that's very good information. I'm glad you told me that. So we're all going to look this up. You find out anything interesting, make sure you comment. Come back to the video and comment below what you found on it.
Yeah.
Or if anybody has done it, comment and let us know what your reactions and results and...
there's a way to make your results work better too. It was saying in there, your food, your oxygen level, your supplements, your condition of your body can make the cells, the therapy work much better. So then if you're gonna just go and sit on the couch and drink a bunch of sodas and eat bonbons,
right,
and then wonder why it don't work,
that's a good, that's
kind of like
thought.
COVID, most people that died of COVID had a lot of other difficulties.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
We gotta get healthy, because we can't have a whole world full of people that can't move.
Right,
and
right.
are sick, and they're trying to get us sick, I think.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I don't want to get into that.
No, that's a whole nother discussion.
That makes you cry, depressed and
We'd be on here for about 5 or 6 hours. Could you sit through a video that long? Because if you can, comment below and let me know, and we'll do one on it. We have interesting talks. You should hear us.
Yeah, then they'll cut you off if we start talking about that. Yes.
But anyways, we're going to let you go. We're going to keep this one kind of short. We love you. RoseMcconnell, Toni Paulvir. Pertaining to Rose. Make sure you like, comment, and share. I love yous guys. Bye, YouTube.